This week and maybe next week, we're going to get into doing some shoulder work. Um, I know we always focus on the lower body, not that you're not going to work your lower body too, but we're just going to work on building strength and stability and flexibility in the shoulders, especially if any of you being at home, a lot of people I know have gotten into doing a little bit of weights and things. So it's always good to keep, that yoga flexibility. So that's what our focus is going to be this week. A couple other reminders. I'm always breathing in and out through the nose, breathing diaphragmatically. So you're feeling that rise and fall of your belly with every inhale, every exhale, feel it fall. So that's just something you want to pay attention to. And it takes time. If you find it a challenge when you're in the poses, it's okay. Everybody does. Whether you're a seasoned yogi or you're just starting, that does take practice. It's not an easy thing to get used to, but we can start to control it. So just keep at it. The other thing is nothing should hurt, nothing sharp. You know the difference. Now, I don't mean you don't want to be a little uncomfortable in a stretch. You want to be able to feel it, but not to the point where you can't breathe through it. So listen to your body, be your own teacher, choose the poses that work best for you. This is all levels, right? So some people have been doing this a long time. Some people are just starting. So please don't feel like you have to do every variation I show. Make sure you find that one that fits into your body, that fits into your level and your experience. All right. So just know all of that. I think that's really all I have to say now. But we'll start in, make sure you have a prop, at least a strap, like a towel, a strap or a sock, an old tie, whatever. If it's a sock, make it a big long tube sock. We're going to be using that for our shoulders. So make sure you grab that and we'll start in crocodile pose. So let's get onto our stomachs. Stack your forearms. Rest your forehead on your forearms. So you want to find that comfortable distance with your forearms, not so far away that you have a kink in the back of the neck, but not too close that your chin's tucked super tight. We're looking for the cervical spine to match the length that you're getting in the rest of your spine. Wiggle yourself in, make adjustments to your legs and hips, maybe legs further apart, feet turned outward. Maybe it's legs closer together, feet turned inward. There's nothing wrong here. Just find the one that fits in your body. And just close your eyes and give yourself a moment now to start to center, right? That's what's nice about yoga. It moves slow enough that you get the chance to truly be mindful of your own body, to be able to sense yourself in the space that you're in for the next hour or so, and just become aware of the sensations that you feel while you're on the mat, right? That's what we're looking at, paying attention to this, not letting our minds be all over the place, which we know with everything going on, it's really easy to do between the virus and the election and just life, right? So let's try to get away from all of that and just lie still here, tuning into the weight of your body on the floor. And then begin to notice the sensations of your breathing. Feeling the movement at the nostrils, the movement at your abdomen. Not controlling your breath at this point, simply watching, noticing, feeling your natural flow of breath, your natural rhythm. Then take a moment to check in with your body, your physical body. How are you feeling in your muscles, in your bones, in your joints? Maybe notice the sensations and the systems of the body that you can feel and sense. Your heartbeat, your digestive system. We've already checked into our breathing, so we've been there already. Maybe even notice your energy level. What is that today? It's going to be one of those days that you just kind of want to lie still, lay on the couch and read a good book, or you feel like, you know what? It's beautiful outside. I want to get going. I have lots of energy today. Just notice, no judgment. And then finally, check in with the mind. The quality of your thoughts, your emotions. Do you feel stressed or calm? A little angry or anxious or at peace? Happy or a little glum? Just notice these things. Then use your breath to tend to those areas that need it. So remember that breath through the nostrils, the full breath brings energy to the body. You're drawing in fresh energy and exhaling any tension, any strain, any anxiety, any fatigue. Let the rhythm of your breath and the breath through the nostrils bring calmness if you don't feel calm in any way today. Breathing through the nose is naturally calming for the nervous system. And then finally, guiding your breath to those areas of tightness or strain. Breathing in space and openness and out that tightness or tension. Now move into your controlled yoga breathing after taking care of yourself. So each inhale is a little deeper. Each exhale more complete. This is so important to do this because we're really working on strengthening our diaphragm, our main muscle of breathing, especially when you're on your belly. So when you inhale, that diaphragm, that muscle contracts and it presses downward. It forms almost like a bowl pushing downward onto your digestive organs, creating space for your lungs to fill. And then as you inhale, it just returns back to its place. See if you can just feel that movement as you breathe deeper. It's like weight training for our diaphragm. Once you continue and you feel comfortable breathing deep, let's even out the length of that breath. Remember, matching to the exhale. So count the length of your exhale. Maybe it's 3, 2, 1. Maybe it's longer, but you're going to match your inhale to that same count. And then finally smooth. Each breath flows right into the next. Inhale to exhale. Exhale to inhale again and again. Just notice that brief point when one breath becomes the other. All right, now let's stick with that breath. Remember, that's the leader of your practice through everything we do. Let's start to bring some movement to the body. Bend your knees, point and flex your toes. Get the cracks and kinks out of your ankles. Mine are still cracking. Stretch the toes, spread them. And then begin to windshield wiper the legs side to side. Just bringing some movement to the low back, the hips a little bit. All right, now let's place those feet back down to the floor. Point your toes behind you. Let's start with the right arm. We're going to take it out to the side at shoulder height. So we're going to start getting right into those shoulders right away. Palm is facing down, all right? So make sure that that arm is even with the shoulder. Let's press onto the right side of the body. So you can use your left hand. Sort of roll as far onto the right side of your body as you can. Now you'll notice this top left leg, if your legs are stacked, they can stay there. Or maybe you want to get into your hip a little bit. So you can actually lift that leg, bend the knee, and then see if you can drop the toe to touch the floor behind you somewhere. That's going to open up the hip. So you can keep the leg stacked or open the hip. All right, let's return back to center. Take the same stretch to the other side. Give yourself that moment. Take a look. Make sure that hand is right out at shoulder height. It's not reaching up, it's not reaching down. It's nice and even. Press on to the left side. Make that decision with that right leg. If you want it behind you, lift it up first a little bit, bend the knee, then see if you can start to drop that toe behind you. Return back to center. Now let's take that right arm, diagonal stretch here. So the arm is reaching out, maybe beyond the corner of your mat. So make sure it's not straight out in front of you. Make sure it's not at shoulder height. You're just going to slide it about halfway between those two. Now let's press on to the right side. Right away you should notice something different that you're feeling in those muscles around your shoulder joint. Same thing with that top leg. Make your decision. All right, return back to center. Let's do the same thing to the left side, that halfway point, right around the corner of the mat. Up and out. Rolling onto the left side. What do we feel there? How do the sides feel different? Is there one side that feels a little tighter or more open than the other? Just notice these things. This is information about your own body. All right, back to center. One more stretch for the shoulder here. So let's start with that right arm out to the side again, shoulder height. Then we're just going to slide the hand forward, so goalpost. So you have that 90-degree angle. The palm is still facing down, right? The forearm and the upper arm is flat to the floor. Now let's press over again onto the right side. Little different here. Check in on that leg. What do you want to do with it? And release back to center. Same thing, left side. All right, return back to center. Perfect. Now let's plant the hands right alongside the chest. We're going to move in and out of cobra pose. So be sure your toes are pointed behind you. Remember that pedicure, you're ruining it, right? That's how much you're pressing into the tops of your toes. Turn on your abs by pressing your pubic bone into the floor. And on your inhale breath, lift the chest. Remember, the head just travels with the chest. We're not lifting it up. It's nice and long. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise. Use your upper back muscles here. Exhale, lower. Nice. Continue to move with your breath. Every inhale, lifting. Every exhale, lowering. This time on the inhale, we're going to hold. Now notice your elbows. Hug them in toward the ribs. And then hover your hands. Drag those elbows back. It's like you want to touch your hips with them. Hold it here and breathe. It's a challenge for 5, 4, deep, even, smooth breath. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Lower down. Let's press into those hands. Send your sit bones back towards your heels to child's pose. So let's take an extended child's pose. Arms are going to stay out long. Then soften your forearms and soften your head. Remember, in child's pose, knees can be together or apart. If you like them apart, just bring your toes to touch and open them up a little bit. If you like them together, begin to feel the movement either way of your breath against your thighs. Remember, we're setting those sit bones back nice and far. They might touch the heels. You might have them rested right on the heels, or maybe you're up higher. That's okay too. Just know that you're reaching back with those sit bones, getting length in the spine. Next inhale, let's rise up to tabletop. So let's set up our tabletop. This should be coming pretty familiar, right? We know we're stacking our joints. We know we're pressing the tailbone back and the crown forward. We want some length here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to count down from 3. And what I want you to do is engage your whole hand. Remember, we press into the fingertips, all of them, the knuckles, the palms and heels of the hands, right? And then the lower legs. So when I get there, we're going to turn it on as strong as you can go. 3, 2, 1. Grip the floor, press into those legs, abs on. Hold it here. Keep breathing under those contracted abdominal muscles. Should be fatiguing a little bit, right? All right, next exhale, navel to spine, chin toward chest, cat pose. Inhale, open it all up to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Beautiful. Close your eyes here. As you move through this, see if you can get as much movement, as much flexion in your spine as you can when you're in cat pose. And then as much extension in your spine when you drop into cow, right? See how much you can get there. Opening up across the chest. Yes, beautiful. All right, now let's take right knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Move with your own breath. Inhale, lengthen. Couple more. All right, now from here, let's just take that left hand, reach it out in front, find your balance. Back of the neck stays long. Press down through your right hand, square off those hips. All 5 toes point down. Breathe. Nice. Release down. Send your sit bones back. Take a child's pose. Shake out your wrists if you need to. Remember, taking those breaks when you need to for your wrists, for your bones, your joints, whatever you need. Next inhale, we'll return back to tabletop. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. What I want you to notice here are your hands. Are you pressing into those fingertips every time, right? We're not releasing that grip. The knuckles, palms and heels of the hand. That's what's engaging you. All right, next time we lengthen. Left leg is long, right arm lifts. Grip the floor with that left hand. Nice. Lower back down again. Send those sit bones back. This time, take your arms alongside your legs. Soften your head to the floor. Let's take this little baby pose, right? It's a variation of child's pose. Release through your shoulders. All right, let's return to our tabletop. We're going to take that right leg long again. Now let's bend the knee, bring your heel towards your buttocks. So you're going to feel something in the quad right away. This might be enough. Know that you can stay here, pushing through the floor with your hands. If you're okay here, maybe you can take the left arm long. Maybe you want to work the balance here. So hand planted, hand lifted. Last variation, if you want to try. You can take that left hand, reach it back, see if you can grab a hold of the foot. So I'll turn to the side here so you can see a little bit better. Notice if I do get that foot or ankle wherever, I'm going to press into it. It's going to really stretch out the front of my shoulder. Now, if you can't quite reach, you can try the strap if you make a little loop in it. Could be a challenge to get there, but you can do it this way. Pulling that quad in. Whoops. A little bit of balance there. But know that you can grab onto the strap and then you can wrap the strap and stretch. All right. All right, let's lower down. Child's pose. Take a child's pose of choice here. All right, return to your tabletop. Let's bend that left or right knee, or I'm sorry, left knee, heel to buttocks. All right, feel the quad stretch. Now decide if the right arm wants to come long. Now decide if you want to try to reach back. Grab a hold if you can get it. Again, that strap. Wrap it around. You can kind of loop it before you pick the leg up. Oops. Then bend the knee, wrap the hand so that you get the stretch, okay? So it's a pretty tight fit there. I'll turn this way again so you can see. Oops. Not that I'm doing a good demonstration here, not having the balance, but you get the idea. All right, let's come on out. Lower down. Soften the arms. Turning back into those 3 anchors of mindfulness: body, breath, mind. Now, if your hands aren't already out in front, if you didn't choose extended, let's walk them nice and long. We're going to take a little walk with our hands over to the right. Once you're there, a little bit more length in the arms, soften your head. Now I want you to press into your left fingertips and pull the palm off the floor. So you're pressing your fingertips into the floor, the left hand. Palms lifting up. You're making that little tent with your hands, getting nice and deep into those arm and shoulder muscles here, even into your lats a little bit. Now let's walk through center over to the other side. Same thing, keeping those sit bones as best you can, rested toward the heels or at least square. Then press into your right fingertips, lift the palm off the floor, sink the head. Nice, walk back to center. Shake out your hands 1 second here, and then we'll come on up to tabletop again. So now let's work our thread the needle. We're going to start with the right hand right to the back side of the head here. On your inhale breath, we're going to rotate, open up. On the exhale breath, touch elbow to elbow. Inhale, rotate, open. Exhale, elbow to elbow. Nice. Just move here with your breath. Yes. Beautiful. When you open up, see if you can really get that rotation. Open up your chest to the right side of the room. Beautiful. Now this last one, we're going to hold, opened up, then see if you can straighten that right arm. On your next exhale, thread your needle. Slide that arm down and through that space between your knee and your hand. See if you can bring your shoulder and your right cheek to the floor. If not, this is a great time to use the blocks that you can rest the shoulder on something, get a little bit of a weight on it so that you can feel that stretch. All right, so this is our first variation. Stay here if you like. If you want to take it a little further, see if you can slide or walk your left fingers toward the top of your mat. Rest it on the floor. We're just getting a little bit of length in that left arm. Now, if you want to add more, Take your right leg, reach it toward the back of the room. Rest on the ball of your foot and press your heel back, right? So now that left leg is long. Last variation here if you want to try. This left hand, you could reach it up to the ceiling. And then wrap it around your low back. Maybe you can grab a hold of your hip crease. So any one of those variations or combinations you can find in your pose here. If you do have that hand wrapped around your low back, think about your left shoulder blade pressing toward the wall behind you, toward that right wall. Last breath. And release. Come on out. We'll press back up to tabletop. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So let's take that left hand to the head. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbow to elbow. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbow to elbow. Continue to move with your own breath. Beautiful. Open up as wide as you can. Beautiful. Nice. Now, the next time you're open, hold it. See if you can extend that arm high. Now, exhale, thread your needle. Come down to your left cheek, left shoulder, block if you need it, or even a pillow. Anything that you need to give yourself that little prop. See if you can mirror what you did on the other side. So let's start it out step at a time. Slide the right hand toward the top of the mat. First variation. Second, lengthen out through that right leg. Press into the ball of the foot. Third variation, take that right arm high and then wrap it around the low back, bending. Pressing that right shoulder blade to your left wall. So as always, we're trying to mirror the other side, but sometimes injury, there's things that prevent it. So that's why you want to work each side a little bit individually and do what feels right on both sides. So pay attention to that. But we are trying to bring balance back to the body. So whenever you can mirror, you want to mirror. All right, last breath. All right, unwind, get yourself out of that pretzel pose, come back up to tabletop. Send the sit bones back to child's pose. Inhale, rock forward, sink the hips, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, press back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Nice. Take your time here. Close your eyes, move with your breath. If you feel that with each time you come forward and back, you're opening up more, go with it. Come a little further forward. Sink those hips a little deeper. The next time you come forward, hold it there. Grip the mat with your whole hand. Draw your shoulders back. Yes. Staple your shoulder blades in toward the spine. And lower down. Beautiful. Child's pose, or I'm sorry, crocodile pose. Stack those forearms again. Give yourself a moment. Reconnect with yourself. All right, so now we're going to prepare to work downward dog. So remember your option, if downward dog isn't in your practice, you're going to take a tabletop and then extend out through each leg, alternating, pressing into the ball of the foot and reaching the heel back. If you do want to try down dog, we're going to roll the toes under. Prepare your body, lift your kneecaps off the floor, turn on your abs. On your exhale, press the floor away to plank, and then send your sit bones high to down dog, but come up high on your toes and bend your knees. So now we're going to activate, whether you're in tabletop here or downward dog, pressing into the whole hand. Push the floor away. Feel the backs of your arms activate. In downward dog, you're going to press your sit bones a little higher. Then begin to pedal your feet in downward dog. In tabletop, you're pressing back through your hands into one leg and then bring it back. Press back the other leg. Push into your hands and reach. Nice. So choose your variation. Just getting some length in the back side of the body. All right, downward dogs. When you're ready to release both heels toward the floor, go there. Push those sit bones a little higher, belly and chest toward the thighs. Tabletops continue to alternate. Continue to get that length through the back side of your body. Breathe deep, even and smooth here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Drop back down. Send your sit bones back. Take your arms alongside your legs and soften. Come into that little ball here. All right, so we're going to rise up to downward dog one more time for a variation of downward dog. For those of you that are doing tabletop, I'd like you to just come back in to your thread the needle pose from tabletop when we take our variation of downward dog. So from tabletop to thread the needle, or if you're going to take the downward dog, little step back with the knees, roll the toes under, send the sit bones high. Come right into your down dog. Now take about maybe a foot step closer with one foot and then the other to your hands. And then step your feet out to mat's width. Now press into your hands, press your sit bones a little higher. You can also place blocks under your hands here. It's a nice little addition if you want to try that. Now those in tabletop, take a thread the needle with your right shoulder, tucking that underneath and resting on your cheek. Those of you in downward dog, press into your left hand. Grab a hold around your left foot with your right hand. See if you can grab around the outside of the ankle or the calf. Turn your gaze under your armpit. So you're going to take a look at that left wall. This is going to let you know, do you need to shave those pits today, ladies? Change your deodorant? That's what you want to do. You're that close to the armpit. All right, now let's return back to center. Press the right hand in. Take the left hand, wrap it around, grab a hold behind the left ankle or calf. Turn your gaze under the armpit. Those in tabletop, it's that thread the needle on the left shoulder. Either variation. Tune back into your breath. Last one. Nice. All right, so back to tabletop or downward dogs. Take a step back and feet back to hips width to downward dog. We're going to gaze from tabletop or downward dog to the top of the mat and take a step up with one foot, then the other. Knees are bent, rest your belly on the thighs. Take your ragdoll pose. Maybe sway side to side. Maybe swing the arms, stir the soup pot, maybe nod the head. Maybe today you feel like just hanging still. That's great too. Beautiful. Just checking in with everybody here. All right, now let's exhale, roll up the spine. Keep the knees bent. Perfect. All right, now feet hips width. Take the time to set up your pose. Remember, this is the hub, the foundation of every standing pose. So feet hips width, toes at 12 o'clock, lift the toes, spread them, lower them back. Press into the four corners of your feet and then spiral those legs and ankle bones inward. Soften your knees, neutral pelvis. Grow your spine out of the pelvis and turn your abs on. Knitting hips and ribs together. Shoulders back, shoulder blades down and in, palms forward. Lengthen the back of the neck, right out through the crown. Close your eyes. Reconnect with you, your body, breath, and mind. Notice even if you feel a little different already. Next, inhale, arms come out to the sides, up overhead. Press the fingers toward the ceiling. Soften your shoulders. Turn on your abs now. Engage your quads, right, those thigh muscles. And press your chest right up between the hands. This might be good here if you want to go a little further. Bend those elbows. Imagine you're trying to touch the elbows together behind you. Just open up across the chest. Beautiful. How's your breathing? All right, now let's inhale, arms right back up. Exhale, fold. Long, flat back. Fingers brush toward the floor. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, all the way wide with the arms. Let them brush. Inhale, open. And rise. Couple more on your own. Tune into your breath. Move with the breath. Notice the length in your spine, right? We're not just rounding, we're lengthening. All right, last time we're going to hold that forward fold. So this is your chance to grab your block, dial it in at any height, or maybe the fingers touch the floor. Press your sit bones up and lengthen your belly toward your thighs. So you're lengthening the spine so the belly sort of sinks into the thighs a bit. Soften your face. Let go of any tension in your neck or your throat. All right, next inhale, let's rise all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. All right, let's shake it all out. This is where we're going to grab our straps or your prop, okay? So we're going to do some shoulder work here. So we're going to build some flexibility and strength. So grab a hold of a strap, your prop. Make sure that you're in your set pose and mountain pose, right? Hands are going to be about hips width apart. So maybe where your thumbs are right on the outside edge here of your thighs. Turn on your abs. Engage your thighs. Now let's inhale. We're going to pull that strap like you're trying to pull it apart and rise up with your arms all the way up overhead. Nice. Exhale, take them down. Slow and controlled. Inhale, rising. Exhale, lowering. Try not to rush it and try not to release that tension. Continue to move with your breath. Just going to check it all out. Just making sure that those hands are hips width apart. You don't want them super wide, right? Nice. Looks good. Yeah, nice. Marty, Louise, looking great. Elizabeth, just checking everybody out here. Teresa, looking good. Those of you who let me see you. Okay. All right, now the next time it's lifted, let's hold it. Soften your shoulders. Yes. Abs on, right? Breathe deep. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3. Hold on to it. 2, 1. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. One more. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower. 3, 2, 1. Wow, great. Hold on to the metal part of the strap. Swing your arms. You might have to grab a hold of the whole thing. You don't want to hit yourself. All right, feels good to get that circulation right back down to the fingertips, right? All right, let's grip again. More work to be done. Your shoulders will love you tomorrow. I'm sure they'll talk to you about it. All right, hips width apart. Pull that strap apart. Set posture, so turn everything on. Inhale, rise. Now on the exhale, we're going to reach up and over to the right. So what you're doing here is you're pulling the strap apart, but you're pressing it into the wall and ceiling crease. So you're doing both. Ground down through that left foot too. Don't pull out of it. Hold it here. Nice. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lower down. Couple of shoulder rolls. Other way. All right, let's try it on the other side. Here we go. Inhale. And exhale to the left. Press up and out. Remember, pull apart and press. Inhale back to center. Exhale, slow and controlled. Lower down. Beautiful. Either shoulder rolls or swing those arms. Get rid of the tension. Whichever works best for you. All right, now let's work the back side of the body, right? Upper back here. So same thing. Grip that strap. Hips width apart. Give it a little tug. So you're trying to pull the strap apart. Staple your shoulder blades in toward the spine. Draw your shoulders back. And then lift. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Nice. Continue to move with your breath here. Lift. And lower. The next time we lift, we're going to hold. Lift. Hold it here. How are your abs? Are they on? Are they engaged? Are you knitting those ribs and hips together? Stay here. Breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Again, take care of your shoulders, whatever you need. All right, still doing okay? Thumbs up. Yep, okay. I saw a few thumbs, so that works. I didn't see everybody. Hopefully your thumb is up. All right, so now, changing it up a little bit more. We're going to take the strap wide, arms wide apart. Pull on it. This time on your inhale, come all the way up. We're going to kind of rotate through the shoulders. Just come right about, maybe just drop it just behind. So maybe it's even with the head and neck, right? Not all the way back, abs on. Pull that strap apart. Hold it here. Keep pulling. Keep breathing. All right, let's lower down. Take care of yourself. Because we're going to do one more move with the strap here. So this time we're going to try to combine both of those. So I want you to really listen to your shoulder here. Again, take it slow. If it doesn't work, stop where you need to stop. So I'm going to demonstrate really quick. This time we're looking to see if we can rotate through the shoulders and take them all the way back. It's a big, big stretch. So again, if you only get this far and you're like, it ain't going, just move up and down from that point. If you're able to go all the way, that's great too. So let's get ready. Take it wide to start. The wider, the better here. Inhale, all the way up. Start to take it behind. See if you can rotate and bring it back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again, if your shoulder locks, don't force it. If this happens to come really easy to you, all right, say you're just, oh yeah, this is a piece of cake, bring your hands a little closer on the strap and see if you can get a little bit more resistance there. But remember, if it doesn't feel right, stay where you are. Listen to your body. Last one. All right, let's drop the strap right in front. Some arm swings here. Forward, back, side to side. All right, so now back to set posture. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Bring your hands toward the floor. Bend your knees enough to bring your belly to your thighs. And here we're going to grab that strap again. Tuck it under each foot. Then we're going to wrap the strap around the hands. So elbows are bent here. On the exhale breath, we're going to exhale, press the sit bones up, pull down on that strap, bringing your belly closer to your thighs. Holding your forward fold here. So this might take you a little bit deeper into your forward fold. So know too that you can always use that strap anytime we go into a forward fold as well, if you don't want to use the block or whatever it is, whatever prop you use. So know that. But you're pulling down with your hands and pressing your sit bones high. Bend those elbows, lengthen yourself over those legs and hold. For 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Release that strap out from under you. Toss it aside for a bit and rise all the way back up to mountain pose. We'll start with our hands at heart, prayer position. Breathing from the low belly to that space behind the thumbs. Let's begin Sane. Inhale, arms high. Reach up, abs on, lift the chest. Exhale, fold, long flat back. We've already been here, so we can go right into this, right? Breathing up through the backs of the legs. Next inhale, slide your hands halfway up, above or below the knee. Now press your tailbone back and then push your hands into your legs, straighten your arms and press your crown forward. Activate your upper back, so staple those shoulder blades in. Exhale, lower down. Take a step back with your right foot, then your left. Take your plank pose. Remember, plank is that top of a push-up. Knees up or down does not matter. Grip the floor with your fingers, your whole hand here. If your knees are lifted, press your heels back and turn your abs on in either pose, either variation, knitting the hips and ribs together. Exhale, rock forward, lower down through push-up or through knees. Tops of the feet, toes point back. Inhale, lift your chest. Hover for baby cobra. Don't let those toes pull off the floor. Exhale, lower down. Either take a child's pose here or exhale. You're going to, inhale, prepare your toes. Exhale, push the floor away. Plank to down dog. All right, so now we're going to gaze to the top of the mat from tabletop or down dog, stepping up with your right foot, then your left. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let it all go. Big breath in. Exhale, all your tension out the mouth. Nice. Let's take the other side. One movement, one breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale halfway. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left foot back, then right to plank. Your variation. Exhale, rock forward, lower down. Inhale, point your toes behind and lift the chest. Hover for cobra. Exhale, lower, take a child's pose, or inhale, prepare. Push the floor away on the exhale to plank and then down dog. Gaze to the top of the mat from tabletop or down dog. Step up left, then right. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Breath in and out. In and out. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right foot, then left to plank. Exhale, rock forward, lower down. This time on your inhale, choose your cobra, back to the hover or full cobra. Lift up a little higher. Yeah. Exhale, lower down. Child's pose or inhale, prepare. Exhale, plank to down dog. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Take a step up, right foot, then left. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Big breath in and out. In and out. Here we go. Left side on your own. Inhale. Just moving with your own breath. We'll all meet in mountain pose. Just give yourself that moment. Let your heart rate and breath rate regulate itself. Nothing you need to do there. The body just does it on its own. All right, now we're going to move right into Sun B, but we're going to add variations right from the get-go. So let's take a big inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, lower. Inhale, take your chair pose, sit bones down and back. Lift your gaze, lift your chest. Check in on the weight in the heels. Hold it here. Remember, hands can be reaching out in extension of the spine or at heart. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold down. Nice. Take a step back with your right foot. Lower down to the right knee. Lift the arms. So you're tucking your tail, sinking your hips. Remember, get into that hip flexor. Grow your spine out of your pelvis. Exhale, plant your hands. Inhale, take your plank pose. Exhale, rock forward, lower down. Inhale, choose your cobra. Exhale, lower. Can take your child's pose or prepare. Exhale, plank to down dog. Now from downward dog or tabletop, send the right leg high. So 3-legged dog or table. Bend your right knee. Stack your right hip over the left. Inhale, realign the hips. Hold for the exhale. Inhale, step that right foot up. Lower down to the knee. Tuck the tail, sink the hips. Inhale, arms high. Now on your next exhale, take your left hand to your back thigh. Turn your abs on, and we're going to try to slide that hand down the back of the leg, lifting the chest. Inhale, return back, arms high. Arms high. Exhale, open them out to the side. Cross, right under left. Eagle arms or hug, so palms come together. Lift the forearms, and then exhale, bow down. So you're bowing down right inside of that leg. Crown of the head, reaching down toward the floor. Fingertips might touch the floor. Inhale, rise. Unwind. Plant your hands alongside the foot. Keep them there. Exhale, send your sit bones back straight in the front leg. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, press those sit bones back. So working Hanumanasana, half split. Inhale, forward. Exhaling back. Inhale, forward. Remember, you can use those blocks as props on your hands. It kind of gives you a little bit more space to work here. So if that's cool, if you need that, go for it. All right, last one. Let's press those sit bones back and hold. See if you can flex your toes. Try to keep those arms reaching out, right? Stretching through the upper back a bit. Maybe drag your femur bone into the hip socket. Inhale, come forward. See if you can lift your back knee off the floor. Press your heel to the back wall. Press your crown to the front wall. Now let's bend into that left knee. Push off. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. All the way back up. Beautiful. Exhale, hands to heart. Big breath in. Let it go. In and out. Nice. Take a big inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, lower. Inhale, chair. Lift the gaze, lift the chest, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, fold down. Step back that left foot, lower to the knee. Tuck your tail, sink your hips, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank. Exhale, rock forward and lower down. Inhale, choose your cobra. Exhale, lower. Child's pose or prepare. Exhale, plank to down dog. Inhaling that left leg up from tabletop or down dog. Bend your knee, stack your hip. Realign your hips. Hold for the exhale. Inhale, step up. Lower down to the right knee. Tuck the tail, sink the hips, arms come high. Now let's drape that right hand to the right thigh. Abs on, lift your chest. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale out to the sides. Let's cross left under right. Eagle arms or hug. Lift those forearms and then exhale, fold down. Bow down right inside there. Right? So you're rounding, flexing the spine. Inhale, rise back up, unwind. Exhale, plant the hands and send your sit bones back. Inhale, come forward. Remember, we're trying to keep the belly as close to the thigh as you can when you come back. So if you need those blocks for extra room to do that, go ahead and grab them. Last one, we're going to hold. Send those sit bones back. All right, keep those hands planted, pull your toes back, and drag your leg bone into the hip socket. All right, shifting back forward, lift that back knee off the floor. Get some extension here. Now let's bend that knee, push off. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Very nice. Take your time here. Hands at heart or at your sides. Make that connection again. Check in with your breath, your body, and your mind. What's the quality of your body now that you've gone through so many poses? Has your energy level changed? How about your thoughts? All right, let's blink our eyes open. I'm going to turn my mat long today just to make it a little bit easier here for you guys to see what we're doing. We're going to work some open hip postures, getting into our shoulders. So just a couple variations. You can keep blocks if you have them handy at each end. All right, so let's turn our toes out. So you can keep your mats or turn them. It's totally up to you. Inhale, star. Exhale, horse. Sit bones down and back. Inhale, star. So let's get into those inner thighs. Exhale, horse. Inhale, star. Exhale, horse. Now hold it. Make sure those knees are directing out over the toes. Chest is lifted. Press those hands into one another. And rise. Nice. Give your legs a little shake because you're probably going to want to shake them out here or there because we're going to work the legs pretty good too, not just the shoulders. All right, so let's turn our right toes to the right wall, wedge to the left. So warrior two we're coming into here. Heel lined up with the arch, hips, ribs, shoulders all open to the long edge of the mat. Bend that right knee, stack it over the ankle. Reach your arms, shoulder height. Gazing over the fingertips. Pull the mat apart. Make it strong. Nice. Now let's pivot warrior two to the left. Settle in, make your adjustments. Rotate those hips open and hold. Be sure you can see your big toe on the left side, right? That means you don't want your knee turning inward. If it is, open it up. Nice. Now pivot back, warrior two, to the right. Now we're going to move into extended side. I'm going to offer you some variations today. So I want you to stay at the variation that works in your body. We're going to take it kind of deep. So if it's like, just pay attention to your shoulder. So let's bend into that right knee. Bring your right elbow to the thigh, left hand to the hip. Now let's open up the rib cage, right? So you're trying to take that left shoulder to the wall behind you. All right, now see if you can take that right arm high, or left arm high, sorry. And we're going to bend the elbow, wrap it around your back. See if maybe you can grab a hold at that hip crease. If not, doesn't matter, but draw that shoulder back. So this might be where you want to stay. If that's good, hang here. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, maybe you can slide the right hand to the floor or maybe to the block at any height. Still keeping that shoulder blade. Now, if you're still can go a little deeper, you might be able to sink that shoulder downward toward the knee, and then maybe you can take that right hand and scoop it behind. Maybe you can clasp the hands together behind you. And that's very advanced. So just see what you can do. Find your edge. All right, press all the way up. Pivot to the other side. Warrior two. Arms out. All right, elbow to thigh. Right hand to hip. Open your rib cage. Press that shoulder blade to the wall behind you. This could be enough. Stay here if it is. Maybe you can take that right arm high. Maybe you can bend it and wrap it around your low back. See if you can find your thigh or that hip crease. Press that right shoulder blade into the wall. Now maybe slide your hand down. Find your block or the floor. Maybe that's where you want to be. Or maybe you can sink deeper and take the bind. And rise. Beautiful. Let's step the feet together. Give them a little break because we're going to take one more step before coming down to the floor. All right. Feet wide. Turn to the right. Wedge the foot. Warrior two. Now come into your variation that you found for your extended side angle, whatever that was for you. Then from here, all we're going to do is take a triangle with the bind. So straighten that right leg. Press the crown out. Press your tailbone back. So that might mean the bind behind the back. That might mean your right hand is resting inside the leg somewhere. Shoulder blade to the wall behind you. Nice. Bend your knee. Press up. Pivot left. Extended side. Find your variation, whatever it is. Inhale, straighten that leg. Bind. Hand inside that leg. To the floor, to a block. Come up higher if your rib cage closes. Nice. Bend into the knee. Rise back up. Beautiful. We're going to come down to a child's pose from here. So if you want to move your mat around or if you want to just come into your child's pose wherever you're at, go there, but just take a child's pose of choice. All right, let's rise up. So here we're going to take an extended puppy. This will be our last pose until we come on our back. So extended puppy is like child's pose, only it's a little bit of a deeper stretch for the chest. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see actually what I'm doing and how you can use these props. So there's a couple variations here. I'm going to show you the first one. This is going to be the most challenging. Then you can take it from here. So the hips are going to stay stacked over the knees. Knees are together to touch. I'm going to start to slide my hands out, not letting my hips shift forward or pressing them back. I'm going to keep them stacked. Reaching out, trying to reach out and sink my chest toward the floor. And I can rest my forehead. If the chest is on the floor, you can rest your chin. So here you can place a block under the chest, reaching out that way. Or another good variation with the blocks is resting your forearms on the blocks, letting your fingertips touch the floor and sinking your chest here. So that lets you get a little bit deeper. So choose any one of those variations, just keeping your hips stacked over the knees. You can rest the forehead to the floor. What you're trying to do is get a nice deep stretch across the chest. Now from here, when I'm in this pose, I kind of like to just wiggle my knees back and come onto my stomach. Once you're on your stomach, we're going to just roll onto the back and hug the knees into the chest. Rock side to side. Now let's plant the feet to the floor, nice and close to the buttocks, hips width apart. Reach your arms alongside you, trying to touch your heels with your hands. On your inhale breath, press through your feet, lift your hips. Maybe tuck one shoulder blade and then the other beneath you. Maybe you can clasp the hands and reach them toward the heels. Puff up your chest. Release the shoulders. Roll down the spine. Send your right leg high. Cross it all the way over the left. Scoot your hips off to the right a little bit and then let the knees fall left. Take a nice twist here. Gaze opposite the knees. And then return to center. We'll take the other side, left leg long, cross it over. Scoot the hips. And then lower the knees. Over to the right. Return to center. Lengthen out your legs. Press the soles of your feet to the back wall. Reach your fingertips to the front wall. See if you can wiggle out an extra ½ inch in your spine. And then exhale, press the low back into the floor. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Let it all go. Take a moment to settle into your final relaxation pose. That could be Shavasana or legs up the wall. Maybe draping your legs over your couch or chair. Be sure and grab a jacket or a blanket if you need it. And give yourself a moment to just wiggle into the pose. Take a moment to just sense the back side of your body, the contact points of your body on the mat, the shadows and spaces beneath you. Begin to sense the space above you, maybe feeling the soft touch of air on your skin. Notice the warmth or coolness of that touch. Then begin to allow your mind to draw from those outward sensations inward, resting your awareness on the flow of your breath, feeling the gentle rise of your belly with each inhale and the slow fall with every cleansing exhale. Watch as this breath gradually becomes more even, smooth, and deep. Until it finally becomes an unbroken stream that flows without sound, without pause. Inhale to exhale. Exhale to inhale. Again and again. Now carry that breath to the crown of your head. Use every inhale to relax your body and every exhale to let go of any tension as we travel downward to the forehead, to your eyebrows and eyes. Feel the movement of your breath at the nostrils, warm and cool with each exhale and each inhale. Soften the muscles of your lower face, your neck from top to bottom. Feel your throat relax. Feel the muscles of your shoulders begin to let go, and the heaviness of the bones as they sink into the mat. Soften from the top of your arms to your fingertips. And allow any tension to flow outward through your fingertips. Soften your upper chest. And release downward across the rib cage to the abdomen. And from your upper back down the length of your spine. Feel the muscles of your middle and low back begin to let go as your upper body sinks deeper and deeper into relaxation. Relax across your hips. Feel the weight of your thigh bones become heavier and heavier as your thigh muscles surrender their hold. Relax across your knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. Allow your whole body to relax from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. And let any last bits of tension flow outward through your feet. You're now as relaxed as you want to be. Enjoy this feeling of total relaxation in your body for just a few moments more. Notice your breathing, your soft muscles, and your calm, still mind. Peace, peace, peace. And when you feel ready to begin to reawaken, bring some movement to your fingers, your toes, your head and neck. Gently rub the palms of your hands together and place the warmed hands over your eyes. Open your eyes to the warmth and energy of your own hands. And then slowly draw the hands down to let in the light of day. Take a moment here to do what feels natural. Maybe you want to open up to a stretch, or you want to hug your knees in, rock side to side. Maybe you want a little massage for your temples, your forehead, whatever you need. And then before rising to your seat, take a moment to roll to the right side of your body in fetal pose. Take a moment to allow the weight of your body, the weight of your thoughts, your emotions, just let them melt away from your heart. And even for just this moment, let your heart feel light. When you feel ready to return to your seat, rise slowly and carefully. Taking a moment in our seated pose, a moment of gratitude. Thanking your body for bringing you to your mat today, for letting you move through all the poses, for allowing you a moment of stillness in your body and your mind. And then a moment to acknowledge the positive energy that each of us has brought into this space today. And together, we say, Namaste. Thank you.
Tina, God bless you. This is an incredible class, really.
Oh, I'm so glad you enjoy it.
It's the highlight of my